Video we are going to talk about how to read a runtime value from the users. So basically, as of now, whatever we are doing, we are reading the value from the users, which is through the hard coded value we are giving. For example, I have written previously one code which is find a factorial. So I have given the factorial number which is n and int n equal to 5. So it means that the value which is I given, it's a fixed value, but now I want to take the value from the users. So how is it possible in Java? So we are going to discuss about it. So to read a runtime value from the users, most programming language you can use to a standard input output. What is the standard input output? Standard input output means the Java will provide some flexibility to enter the value from the users through the keyword, from the files, from the console, so many things. So provided by the language. So for example, in Java, you can use the scanner class to read a runtime value from the users. And this is very popular way to read the value from the users. And people are using this as scanner only. But we are going to know about some other technique also, like so many techniques are there, like how you can read the value from the users. So first one is a scanner, second one is buffered reader, third one is like console, and fourth one is command line argument. Also you can read the value. You can read the value from the properties file. So through that we can go with the buffered reader. So through that we can achieve those things. Okay, so there are so many way to write a code for that. Okay, but in all of that, a scanner is very popular way to read a value from the user. So a scanner is we are writing a syntax like we are creating an object for the scanner. So a scanner equal to new scanner system.in. So this is the one object we have created of a scanner, which is already available, this class inside this Java JDK. Okay, and here system.out.println we already know, so we can print one message to the user, enter a value. So once user can see this value into the console, they will enter some value which is scanner.next line. So through the next line we can read one line by line value, and we can store inside this one string. Okay, so this program create a scanner object that reads from the standard input output, which is system.in. It then promotes the user to enter a value and read the entire value using the next line method of a scanner. So finally it's print the entered value to the console. Okay, so this is the way, and we are going to understand like what is the disadvantage to take hard code value and what is the advantage to take runtime value. Okay, so we can discuss in that video. So this is the way, like first way is using the scanner class. So basically you have to import java.util.scanner because a scanner class is not available in our file. It's available in our JDK. So we need to import this class in our class, then only we can able to create an object of the scanner. Okay, and then we can do the operation with this. So let's go to the STS and try to do work with this one. So I'm going to create one class which is I will give the name called scanner test. Scanner test. So scan means like reading some value. So same thing, it's given the name called scanner. So I have given the scanner test name here. Now I want to create one main method. So main method is also ready, and every time I'm writing here one I want to do something, so I'm writing every time here n equal to something like 1 2 3. Okay, and I'm doing operation with this. Okay, and I'm printing this value. But this is not a good way, okay, doing the hard code. So this is called hard code value. What is called hard code value. hard code value. So this is the hard code value, but while taking a value from the users at a runtime, that is called what? It's a runtime value. That is not a hard code value. So what we can do is, I'm going to find a factorials of something like I'm going to find a factorials of 5. Let's take the example of the factorials only. Factorials of 5. So for what I will do is, here I will write one for loop and I will initialize I equal to 1 to I less than equal to whatever the numbers I have and I plus plus. Okay, fine. And here I will give one fact equal to fact multiply by I. Okay, so before going to do, I want to create one int fact, which is 1. You already know how we can write it. Okay, and here I will write factorial of whatever the numbers I have given. So factorials of number. Okay, factorials of number, and here I will provide those numbers. What is the numbers? Which is fact. So this is the one simple code I have written, and I will just run it. Okay, so once I run, you can see the output. Factorial of 5 is 24. That is wrong. Okay, so here we have to give n equal to, up to that we have to run. Okay, so this is the right and valid condition. So factorial of 5 is 120. Okay, fine, understood. Again, if I want to run this code, it will give the same result every time, but I want to find out 8 factorials, 7 factorials, 2 factorials, 1 factorials, anything. So that time it's not working. Right. Okay, so why it's not working? Every time it's giving the same result, but user don't know how to write a code. User want to enter our own value, user want to test it. So what user will do? Because as a developer we have written the hard code value here, so that is not good practice code. Okay, because user want to test some value and he want to know about it. Okay, so this is the hard code, so we have to ignore this one. We have to take this value, which is 5, dynamically, so that user based on user requirement, user can enter the value, which is maybe the 5, maybe the 3, maybe the 4, maybe the 6, 7, and he will enter and he will take the output, because developer will develop the code for what? User, not for us. So as a developer we are able to read the code, we are able to modify the code, we are do the operations, but as a user he don't want to do all those things. He want to just enter some input and he want output. He don't want to worry about the code and anything. So that time definitely you have to read the value from the users. Okay, so now that is the requirement and that is the purpose while using of what? Value from the users. Okay, fine. So as of now you understood. Okay, now I'm going to tell you how you can read value from the users. So just before I explain you, while reading a value from the users we need one scanner class, and also this scanner class we need to import it. Okay, so let's see. So here, before going to this value, for example this value I want, so I want this value, how can I take? So for that I have to create one scanner object. So let's create a scanner sc equal to new scanner. Okay, system.in. So this is the code which I have written, but still it's showing a scanner is maybe the cannot be resolved a type, because we need to import this scanner. So if you hover your mouse on the scanner, it will suggest you please import the scanner from java.util package. So scanner is available in which package? Java is util package. So once you click on the import, it's imported java.util.scanner class in our classes. So this is the use of import. So for example, I don't have some classes and which is available inside the what JDK, but we want those class, so we need to import it. So once we import, we can able to do the operation with those classes. Okay, you understood. So a scanner is one class. Here if you hover the mouse on that, here you can read the documentation. A simple text scanner which can be parse primitive type and a string type using the regular expression. A scanner break its input into the tokens using a delimiter pattern which by default match white space. The resulting token may then be the converted into the value of the different types using the various next methods. Okay, so if do you want to see the code of a scanner class, how code will be written of the scanner class, you just what you have to do is you have to press the control, and after control you can hover the mouse on your scanner class, and here you can see open implementation, open something declaration. So you can see the scanner class which is created by the JDK developer. JDK means Java developer who developed the JDK software. So here he written one class called public final class which is a scanner class. It's implementing this class which is iterator and clonable, and here inside this he created some variable which is private and matcher, delimiter, pattern, so many things he have created the as variables. If you want to see the method, you can go inside this and you can check out each and everything. So those are the method, integer pattern. If you go down, I want to show you some method which is we are going to use right now. So you have to press here, if you are coming inside this class, Control O. So this is the shortcut key to check or find out your method whatever you want. So I have just searched next method or next line method. So here you can see he given the next line, next boolean, next byte, next sort, next int, next long. So many methods he given. Okay, so we want next line as of now. So just go to the next line method. So here this method is able to take nothing and it will return the string value. So how the code will be written for the next line you can see, and you can try your own also. Okay, and then after you can understood some more point on that. Okay, but as of now I'm going to the my class, and here you can see we have imported successfully a scanner. What is the meaning of this line? So a scanner is basically provide a interface to read the value from the console. Okay, read the value from the console equal to new scanner, and this is representing system.in is the current system keyword, a current system input. Okay, input output standard. Okay, so this is the input output stream also you can say. So this is the things we need to understand. Okay, fine. Now I want to take this value from the user. So what I will do is, if I write here one line of the code, just remove this one, and here you can write sc.next int. So next int is a method which is given to the int value. It will able to take the int value from the users. Just run this code, and now we are able to provide the some value from the console. So my code is running. I go to the console. Here my cursor is blinking. I will enter the 5 and I will hit enter. You can see 120. Again I will run my code. I will give it something 4. I will hit the enter. It's printing 24. It means that dynamically we are able to read the data from the console. So once you enter 4, this 4 will go and it will store here, okay, which is n, and it's working on that. So that is not a good and suitable. You are not able to see any message here. Blindly you have to come into the console and you have to enter the value. So for our understanding purpose or for user understanding purpose, we can print one message so that the people will understand, like, okay, we need to enter the value. So provide one message called enter a number. So once user is enter the number, okay, so now let's run. So now if you run, you can see the output here, which is in the console. It's saying enter a number, and your cursor is blinking here for the number. So once you enter the number, which is 6, it will print the factorial of 720. Once again you run the code and just press the 8 or something, you can get the factorial of 8. Okay, I hope you understood. Okay, so this is the things we can read the value from the users, and from the console we are reading a value from the users. So this is the line of the code, which is create a scanner object. So new is basically used to create a object, and sc.next is able to read the value from the users. Okay, one more things I'm going to discuss in that. Okay, so this is the things you understood, and this is the import statement, which you already understand how we are importing it. But wait, what will happen in the previous code and now code? Here we want to change the value. We are changing every time 5, 6, 7. Previously we are doing and modify the changes in our code, but now you observe it. Now we no need to change the code. You no need to come inside the code. You just no need to write anything here. You no need to compile here anything. Already you have a code. Just you need to run and enter the value. You can get the output. Just run the code and enter the some value and get the output. Okay, so this is the things, like it will not compile every time. Okay, once it is compiled, you can run multiple time and you can get the output. But if you enter every time new value, that is not a good practice, and user is don't know like where we have to give the value. He don't know what is the variable, what is the integer, what is the data type. But as a developer we know. Okay, and we can print the proper message, enter a number or enter a integer value only, something like that. And once he understood, he will enter the proper number. So once he enter the numbers, like something 6, he is able to find out the factorial of those numbers. So this is the way to read the value from the users. Later we can discuss each and everything related to the how to read the value from the users. So here you can see this is the code we have written. First import the scanner, second create an object for the scanner, third print one message so that you can see in the console, and next you can read the value. Okay, so a scanner is a class which having a lots of methods, okay. So for example, in that case, if you want to read the integer value, you have a different method, which is next int. If you want to read a byte value, you have a different method, next byte. If you want to read a string value, we have a next or next line method. If you want to read some boolean value, we have a method called next boolean. Okay, so let's understand. So this is the scanner method. A scanner is a class in Java, provides a various method to read a different type of the value. So a scanner is a class, it's provided the various method to read different types of the value from the user. Here are the some commonly used method, which is next line, read a string value, next, read the next token. So it will read the word only, and this will read the space with line also. Okay, next int, so reads an integer value entered by the users. Next double, next boolean. Okay, so this is the method commonly we are using while reading a value with the scanners. Okay, let's take some other example. Okay, for example, I want to read some value which is a string, but I have a method called next int. What will happen? I want to print this value, so I have written here. Okay, let's run this code, and instead of number, I either enter something which is a string. So what I am getting? I am getting one exception called input mismatch exception. It means that I am entering the integer value. I am asking for the integer, but user is enter the wrong value, which is a string. Okay, so because of that we are getting input mismatch exception, which is given by the scanner. So if you want to read something a string, enter a name. Yeah, enter your name. So that time I have to change this method, which is sc.next. sc.next. So this method is capable to read the string value. So here you have to write the string so that it will read and it will print it. Okay, now remove the hard code, because now it's not a hard code, it's from user. Taken value from users. Okay, now let's run the code, and now enter your name. So if I enter the prince, no exception, it's giving the proper output. So, and again I will run this code, and I have given the Prince Kumar. So Prince Kumar with the space, and this is the one line only. If I enter, it speak only Prince. So next method is not capable to read whole line. Okay, this is not capable to read all those lines. It will read only first word. Whatever the word you given, it will read only first word if you give the next method. But we have another method also, next line. This is capable to read your whole line of the code, or whole line of the input. For example, again I am going to give the Prince Kumar. Now it's capable to read this Prince Kumar. Okay, now for example I want to read some long value, yeah, something like boolean value, boolean, and here we have some different method. So sc dot next boolean. So we have a next boolean, next string, next big decimal, big integer, byte, double. So you can go and you can check each and everything method. Next long, so it will store the next long, next short, next hash, next. So many methods are there. Okay, so based on your requirement you can check out the methods. If you want to store the boolean, take this and try to enter. So here it's asking for the boolean, but I have given some name. Again I will get the exception. The exception is nothing called input mismatch exception. So here you have to give the proper value only, which is true or false. So if you give true, it will print the true, because true is a boolean value. So while working with the something like a scanner class, reading a value from the users, you have to write this code. Okay, and you have to understand multiple method which we are using for the reading a value. So write down the common methods and try to understand, try to use all and every methods. Try to read some integer value, some character value, boolean value, long value, byte value, short value, and a string value. Try to read it and try to store and try to print it. So this is the questions. So I will give the one assignment. Okay, so assignment will be take and read all data type value from users. This is the task I have given to you guys. Please try to complete it and please come into the next session so that we can understood the next topic, which is what is the string buffer, like what is the buffers reader will work. So we are going to discuss like how we can use the buffer reader, how we can use the console class, how we can use the command line arguments. Okay, so we can discuss these things in the next video. As of now it's fine. Thank you so much.